Arnold loads 495 pounds onto the squat bar when a former Mr. America tells him, "Europeans pump fast, deflate faster." That's not real muscle. What happens in the next 27 seconds doesn't prove who's stronger. It proves who understands what density actually means. Los Angeles, July 1974. Saturday morning, 6:47 a.m. Gold's Gym on Hampton Drive. The sun's barely up, orange light cutting through the fog rolling in from the Pacific. Inside, the smell of iron and chalk dust. The sound of plates clanking. The rhythm of heavy breathing. This is where the biggest, hardest men in California come to prove themselves. Arnold Schwarzenegger pushes through the front door. 26 years old, 226 pounds, wearing black sweatpants and a white tank top. No logos, no brands. Just sweaty fabric and a body ready to work. Barefoot. Shoes lie to your feet about balance and connection to the ground. The gym's half full. Maybe 15 people. All of them big. The smallest is probably 200 pounds. Men who measure success in pounds lifted. People who show up at 6:47 a.m. aren't normal. These are the obsessed ones. The ones who choose iron over sleep. The ones who choose this life when they could live another. Arnold walks to an empty corner. Sets down his bag. Starts warming up. Arm circles, hip rotations, leg swings. To bodybuilders, this looks like wasted time. They want to go straight to the weight. But Arnold thinks different. Cold muscle gets injured. Warm muscle grows. 10 minutes later, Arnold starts his actual workout. But not what anyone expects. He goes to the squat rack. Empty bar. 45 pounds. 20 reps. Perfect form. Deep. Controlled. Breathing steady. A few guys look over, furrow their brows. Arnold Schwarzenegger warming up with an empty bar? This guy's stepping on the Mr. Olympia stage in 3 months. An empty bar should be a toy for him. But Arnold doesn't care. What other people think doesn't change his training protocol. Second set. Bar plus 135 pounds. 15 reps, still light. Still controlled. Each rep, the quads start to engage, blood flow increases, motor patterns activate. Third set. 225 pounds. 10 reps. Now a few more people are paying attention. 225 is decent working weight for most people. For Arnold, it's still warm-up. Fourth set. 315 pounds. 8 reps. Breathing heavier. But control still perfect. No rep breaks form. No rep changes speed. While Arnold's doing 315, the gym door opens. A man walks in. Mike Reynolds. 6 feet 2 inches, 280 pounds. Arms like tree trunks. Chest like a barrel. Legs thick with muscle from years of heavy squats. He's been training at this gym for 8 years. Competed in Mr. California twice. Placed fourth both times. Came close, but never quite made it to the top. Still, he's respected here. Known as one of the strongest guys around. Benches 400 pounds for reps. Squats 600. Deadlifts 700. By every metric bodybuilding uses to measure strength, he's elite level. In his world, these numbers define strength. Define power. Define what deserves respect. Mike walks into the gym. Wide shoulders, heavy steps. Grabs his chalk bag. Sees Arnold. Arnold's preparing for his 5th set. 405 pounds loaded. Does 6 reps. Controlled. Strong. Good form. Mike watches. Furrows his brow. Shakes his head. Goes to his own rack. Loads 495 pounds. Doesn't even warm up. Cold muscles. But for Mike, warming up wastes time. Real men go straight to heavy weight. Gets under the bar. Takes a deep breath. Lifts. Fast down. Bounce at the bottom. Fast up. 5 reps. 6. 7. Bar crashes into the rack. Loud. Mike steps back. Breathing hard. But satisfied. 495 pounds. 7 reps. Nice set. Then looks at Arnold. Arnold's doing his 6th set. 495 pounds. The same weight Mike just used. Mike watches. Curious and a bit cocky. Arnold gets under the bar. Shoulders in perfect position. Chest up. Back tight. Breathes. Lifts. First rep, normal speed. Second rep, third. Fourth. Does 5 reps. Nice. Strong. But not impressive to Mike. He did 7 reps. Arnold did 5. Mike smiles. Thinks. Europeans come with pump, but no real strength. Arnold racks the bar. Rests 1 minute. Then steps away from the rack. Drinks his water. Wipes his face with his towel. Walks past Mike. Right as he passes, Mike speaks. Nice set. His voice isn't sincere. A bit mocking. A bit dismissive. Arnold stops. Looks at Mike. Nods slightly. Thank you. Mike continues. So what are you training for? Olympia? Arnold answers. Yes. September. Mike nods. Looks thoughtful, but he's really setting something up. Good luck. But at this level, just size isn't enough. Arnold waits. Doesn't ask. Just waits. He knows where Mike's going. Mike continues. Europeans pump fast. You guys get big so easy. But that's not real muscle. Water weight. Temporary volume. Under stage lights. When fatigue hits, you deflate. Pauses. Waits for Arnold's reaction. Americans are different. We build real muscle. Dense. Permanent. Because we lift heavy. Real weight. We're not playing around with 405 for 195. We crush it. Now a few more people are paying attention. Mike's voice got louder. People are curious. The gym gets a bit quieter. Arnold stays calm. His expression doesn't change. Just asks. So how do you measure the difference between real muscle and temporary muscle? Mike almost laughs. Numbers. How much do you bench? How much do you squat? How much do you deadlift? Those don't lie. My squat is 600 pounds. I saw yours is 495. The difference is clear. Arnold nods. Numbers matter. But numbers don't tell everything. Mike crosses his arms over his chest. Then what does? Arnold thinks for a moment. Then asks, how many reps did you do with 495? Mike answers, 7. Strong 7 reps. Arnold nods. How long did each rep take? Mike furrows his brow. How long? I don't know. Normal time. Down, up. Maybe 4 seconds. Arnold asks, did you pause at the bottom? Mike answers, no. Why would I pause? The bounce gives momentum. Makes a strong drive up. Arnold quietly nods. Like he understands something. But not judgmental. Just informative. I see. Mike gets a bit uncomfortable. He doesn't understand what Arnold means, but the tone isn't turning confrontational. Just curious-making. You do it different? Mike asks. Arnold answers. Yes. Very different. Mike uncrosses his arms. Now actually curious. Show me then. Arnold pauses. Thinks. Then nods. Okay. 1 set. Same weight. For 95, you watch. Mike smiles. He's been waiting for this. Now Arnold's going to try and fail. Or maybe he'll do it, but fewer reps than Mike. Either way, Mike wins. Other people are noticing too. Set stop. Attention turns to Arnold's rack. Maybe 12 people watching now. Arnold walks back to the bar with 495 pounds. Mike follows. Stands next to him. Arms crossed again. Before Arnold gets under the bar, he speaks. I'm going to do 1 rep. Mike almost laughs. 1 rep? I did 7. Arnold continues. But my 1 rep will be different. I want you to time it. Mike's surprised. Time it. What? Arnold explains. Because strength isn't just about how much you lift. It's about how long your muscles are under tension. Mike doesn't understand, but he's curious. Okay, I'll time it. How long do you expect? Arnold answers. 27 seconds. 12 seconds down. 3 seconds hold at the bottom. 12 seconds up. Mike's really surprised now. His eyes widen. 27 seconds? For 1 rep? That's crazy. Nobody squats like that. Arnold calmly answers. I do. Mike's shaking his head, but the mockery's gone. Just doubt. And curiosity. All right. Let's see. Arnold gets under the bar. Feet shoulder-width apart. Hands on the bar in perfect position. Breathes. Deep. Controlled. Chest expands. Back tightens. Every muscle fiber activating. Lifts the bar. 495 pounds. Steps back. 1, 2. Feet settle. Position perfect. The gym goes completely silent. Everyone's watching. Mike starts the stopwatch. Old-style stopwatch. Metal. Works with a click sound. Arnold starts descending. But not fast. Slow. Very slow. Controlled. Like time slowed down. 2 seconds. Knees bending slightly. For seconds. Hips going back. 6 seconds. Knee angle approaching 90 degrees. Mike's watching. Eyes widening. This isn't just a slow descent. This is total control. No shaking. No balance loss. No momentum. Just muscle tension. Just force. 8 seconds. Arnold's still descending. Quads burning now. Veins popping. But his face is calm. Breathing controlled. No sign of pain. 10 seconds. 12 seconds. Arnold reaches full parallel. Hips at knee level. Perfect depth. And stops. Completely stops. Mike holds his breath. This isn't possible. Holding at the bottom with 495 pounds. And not moving this. 1 second passes at the bottom. 2 seconds. Arnold's legs are like stone. No shaking. No balance loss. Just isometric contraction. Every muscle fiber on fire. Lactic acid building. But control never lost. 3 seconds. Then Arnold starts ascending. Same tempo again. Same control. Like going up is as easy as going down. 15 seconds. Knees opening slightly. 17 seconds. Hips coming forward. 20 seconds. Halfway. Mike's mouth is open. He did 7 reps, but none of them were like this. None were this controlled. None were this deliberate. 23 seconds. Arnold's almost at the top. 25 seconds. Last few inches. 27 seconds. Arnold's exactly in position. Standing. Bar on his shoulders. Breathing slightly heavier, but not out of control. Stopwatch stops. 27 seconds. Exactly. Arnold racks the bar. Steps back. Takes a deep breath. Once. Twice. Then returns to normal breathing. The gym is silent. Mike's still looking at the stopwatch. 27 seconds. 1 rep. Then looks at Arnold's legs. Quads swollen. Veins exploded. Blood flow maximum. Muscle fibers on fire. Looks at his own legs. He did 7 reps. Fast. Strong. But his legs, they don't look like Arnold's. Arnold comes over. Gets his towel. Wipes his face. Looks at Mike. 27 seconds, Arnold says. 1 rep. But how many seconds of tension? Mike can't answer. Arnold continues. You're 7 reps. Each one 4 seconds. Total 28 seconds. But each rep, you bounced at the bottom. The bounce lets your muscles rest. Uses elastic energy. Physics helps you. Your quads don't do the hardest part. Pauses. Let's Mike digest this. My 1 rep, 27 seconds. No bounce. No elastic energy. No momentum. Just my muscle. Just my will. My quads do the hardest part. At the bottom. With no help. Mike's still silent. Arnold continues. But his voice isn't aggressive. It's teaching. You're strong. Really strong. You can squat 600 pounds. I can't. You lift more weight than me. I admit that. Mike looks up. A bit surprised. Is Arnold admitting weakness? Arnold continues. But bodybuilding isn't a weightlifting competition. It's a muscle-building competition. And what builds muscle isn't how much weight you lift. It's how long your muscles are under tension. Arnold touches his legs. These quads. 8 years ago, they were thin. Now they're big. Why? Because I didn't lift heavy weight. I maximized tension. Every set. Every rep. Every second. Mike's listening. Really listening. Because Arnold's legs don't lie. Massive. Dense. Sharp. Arnold continues. You use speed to hide weakness. Mike jolts. What? Arnold repeats. Calm. But direct. You bounce at the bottom. Because you can't hold at the bottom. Your isometric strength isn't enough. So you use physics. Store energy. Bounce up. Arnold shakes his head. That's squatting. Yes, but that's not building muscle. To build muscle, you have to do the hardest part. The hardest part is the bottom position. With no momentum, just muscle force. Mike's face is changing. From anger to thought. Arnold continues. The water weight you mentioned? Temporary volume? You're right. Some Europeans are like that. Fast pump. Hit the stage. Then disappear. Pauses. But not me. I'm building density. Time under tension. Tempo. Control. Isometric holds. These things create real, permanent muscle. Mike's still quiet. But he's understanding what Arnold's saying. Because Arnold's body is proof. Arnold finishes. Don't misunderstand. Your method works too. You're strong. But the question is, do you want strength or muscle? If you want strength, your way is right. Lift heavy. Lift fast. Chase numbers. But if you want muscle, density, a physique that doesn't disappear under stage lights, then you need to learn tempo. Learn control. Learn to maximize tension. Pauses. Says one last thing. I didn't do this to humiliate you. I did it to teach you. Because you're strong. But you're using your strength wrong. If you use it right, nobody can stop you. Mike doesn't say anything for a long time. Just stands there. Stopwatch still in his hand. 27 seconds. Then asks, will you teach me? Arnold smiles. For the first time. Yes. But not today. Your nervous system got shocked. Go home. Process this. If you still want to learn, come to the gym next week. Early. 6:30. I'll show you the full protocol. Mike nods. Still shaken. But grateful. Thank you. Arnold shrugs. Don't thank me. Just come and work. 1 week later. Mike comes to Gold's gym. 6:30 a.m. He's never come this early in his life. Normally arrives at 8. But Arnold said 6:30. So he's here. Arnold's warming up in the corner. Sees Mike. Smiles. Genuinely pleased. You came. That takes courage. Mike answers quietly. I want to learn. Want to learn what I don't know. Arnold nods. Good. That's the right mindset. Let's start. Arnold doesn't start with techniques. Doesn't show how to squat. Starts with concepts. Foundations. Explains the difference between static strength and dynamic strength. Between isolated muscle development and integrated body mechanics. Between pure tension and relaxed power. Between raw force and precise timing. Mike listens carefully. Brought a small notebook. Takes notes. Asks questions when he doesn't understand. He's used to coaches. Coaches who tell him how to lift, how to pose, how to structure his diet for maximum muscle growth. But this is different. This isn't about building size. It's about building capability. About making the body work as a unified system instead of a collection of individual muscles. The training over the following months is deeply humbling for Mike. He quickly realizes how much unnecessary tension he carries in his body. How his years of bodybuilding made him strong but rigid. How his impressive size is actually a limitation in ways he never considered. He's slow to change positions. Burns enormous amounts of energy. Maintains constant muscle tension even when it's not needed. Telegraphs his movements from a mile away because he's used to maximum effort lifts where the setup doesn't matter. Arnold works with him patiently. Never mocking. Never condescending. Just teaching. Breaking down his deeply ingrained movement patterns. Teaching him to move efficiently. To generate explosive power without excessive muscle engagement. To actually fight instead of just looking like he could fight. Over months, Mike transforms. Not physically. He's still 280 pounds. Still massive. Still looks like a professional bodybuilder. But he moves differently now. Lighter on his feet. Faster in transitions. More controlled in every action. He learns to use his size properly. Not as a crutch to rely on. As a tool to employ strategically. Combined with proper technique, his natural size becomes devastating. He's still not as fast as Arnold. Never will be. Arnold's speed is the product of a lifetime of training. But Mike becomes effective, dangerous, capable. A 280 pounds man who can actually fight is a serious problem for anyone. Mike becomes that problem. One day, Arnold tells Mike something important. When we first met, you dismissed me because I was small. But you were open enough to learn after being proven wrong. That's rare. Most people's ego won't allow it. Mike asks why Arnold didn't humiliate him. Arnold answers, because I've been dismissed too. Told I'm too Austrian, too different, too big. I could have used that moment to feel superior. But that doesn't help anyone. Teaching you helps you. Helps me. Helps everyone you'll eventually teach. Arnold continues. You'll go back to your gym. Tell them what you learned. Some will dismiss it like you did. But some will come. Learn. Teach others. Pauses. That moment wasn't about proving you wrong. It was about planting a seed. Years pass. Mike integrates martial arts thinking. Becomes known as the bodybuilder who can actually move. When people ask, he tells them about Arnold Schwarzenegger. About 27 seconds that changed his life. Some listen. Some train. The seed keeps growing. In 1980, when Arnold retires from competition, Mike's still training. Still teaching. Still growing. When young bodybuilders dismiss technique, Mike tells them his story. The ripple continues. That's what 27 seconds created. Not just one lesson. A chain of growth. People learning their assumptions might be wrong. People discovering that being proven wrong is the first step to being better. Who have you dismissed because of their size, their appearance? What assumptions are you carrying about strength and capability? Because it only takes 27 seconds to prove those assumptions wrong. Arnold gave Mike those 27 seconds. Gave him a lesson he didn't know he needed. Who needs your 27 seconds? Maybe they're the ones who can teach you what you need to learn.